Welcome back to the channel. This is the Casuals. I'm Jin.
And I'm Saki.
Today's episode is Impractical Questions. We're finally back at it again with another Impractical Questions. And those of you who have watched our previous Impractical Question episodes, you will know the gist. And those of you who are new, this is where Saki just asks thoughtful questions. Very thought-provoking questions, might I add. And I answer to the best of my ability in the shortest amount of time, but sometimes I can't even answer at all because of how thoughtful his questions are. And so, I guess we can get started right away.
All right, sounds good. I guess we'll start with the first one today. Why isn't 11 pronounced 1T1?
That is certainly strange. God, I can't really think of an answer for that one, honestly, because it's just something that I'm so used to. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, if theoretically, if it were to be, the only answer I can say is, like, it's probably a Roman numeral thing.
I honestly wouldn't know.
Yeah, I really can't think of an answer. 1 to 1.
1T1, yeah.
Or just 1 1.
Would that make it 111, 111?
I guess
Or
so, right?
or 1T1, T1?
Oh my god. Let's just be thankful that we're not going by the Roman numeric values or like whatever, the XII whatever.
Yeah, the Roman numerals or whatever.
Yeah, that would be torturous to go beyond 100. Do you know how the
1,000.
French say it?
How?
So the French, from what I understand, and I could be completely wrong, but I remember being told this, where when French say the numbers, they say the full amount, as in, so let's say you have, what's it called? Let's just say you have 1,100, right?
Okay.
For us, we can just say 1.1k.
Right.
But in French, you have to say the value 1,100.
Well, the French should learn how to shortcut things.
And I think it's like, if it gets ridiculous, like 1,100,136. Like, oh, so actually no, I did that wrong. So to make it more exaggerated, it's like, let's just say that there's 1,136,237, right?
Okay.
In French, you have to say 1,300,000. What? 20,600, or no, yeah, 6,000. Sorry, and then 600, like 320, and then 7. All in French.
I'm glad I'm not French.
That's what I heard. I am not too sure if this is true, but it's pretty fucking funny, and I want it to be true because you have to say it, each individual amount by itself.
That is ridiculous. I'm glad we don't have to do that. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I just write a number and point to it. Just be like, forget it. This is easier.
It is.
Always carry a pen and paper with you if you're French, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess our next question is, should you eat a Himalayan salt lamp?
A Himalayan salt lamp?
Yeah, you know, like those... I was literally gonna say salt lamps, but they're like the pink rocks, but they're like really salty. They're like, it's like actual salt, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Have you heard of those before?
Yeah, I've heard of, yeah, Just like the lamp part is throwing me off so hard.
Yeah, well, okay, you wouldn't eat like the light bulb or like whatever it is, like the electrical part, but like the actual like rock, I guess.
See. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. The Himalayan. Oh, okay. I was like imagining a whole ass like lamp being made purely like like this intricate lamps,
Uh-huh.
I was imagining those like individual little salt specks being like built up to make that lamp.
Oh no, here.
I think I know what you mean. It's like just those big ass geode rocks, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, those rock things, yeah.
And you're asking, should we eat it?
I know, yeah, because it originally said can. I'm like, of course you can, but should you? Or would, like, yeah, should you eat one? Like,
Yes. If all else you
like,
have no salt for whatever reason, you have that backup.
because I was gonna say you can eat them, like, eventually.
Imagine, hold up, I gotta salt my meat. You just bring out this gigantic lamp and you just start slapping it on the meat.
Be like, season it with salt and just put that on the table.
Alright guys, everyone rub your sandwiches or whatever, like rub your meat on there. Your steak, whatever, or chicken.
Can you, because you know how like Korean barbecue, they give you like the salt with like the oil, sesame oil or whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine they just put that on the table, be like, oh, you want to put salt on it? Yeah, just kind of like swipe it again. Yeah.
Should you eat it? Yes.
I don't see why not.
You paid for it, you might as well consume it too while you're at it.
2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
All right. So yes to eating salt lamps.
Yes.
And we'll leave it at that. All right, our next question. If ninjas are supposed to be like secret assassins, is Japan the only country that's bad at being ninjas since we know about them?
No. Because we do know of the existence of Hahashins, I think that's what they're called. And they are the earliest known recorded group of people who were assassins. And I believe they originated somewhere in the Middle East, if I am correct. I don't know exactly where they originated from, but I do know they existed and were recorded in history. And I don't think you would be a failed assassin because you can gain notoriety but still be eluding people. Right? Because that's what the Unabomber did for a very long time. He was only caught because he got too cocky.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
They legitimately could not find who the Unabomber was for the longest time. And then the only reason why he got caught was because he got really cocky and then he wrote a manifesto and sent it out and taunted them, and it turns out his brother recognized the writing.
Oh, okay. Well, unlucky.
Yeah. Like, to tell you, like, he made his own glue from scratch in order to not be traced. So he went pretty far, and for the longest time, it did stump authorities. And so I believe it's like, but everyone knew his name, or at least his title, right? The Unabomber. So I believe it's kind of like the same fashion, right? Same for the Hahashins and then the ninjas, right? They were. It was kind of like a job that encompasses everyone, but like there are probably individuals who are very good at it, and they were known, but sometimes you wouldn't even know if your next door neighbor was a ninja or not, or an assassin or not.
Interesting.
So, would it be failed? I would say no. I mean, certainly it is ironic that you were supposed to be a secret, kind of set of group of people that would carry out hits or some sort of undercover thing, but you're known to be that group, like you're called the ninja, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't think it's like kind of. It is funny to think about it, but I still think like they were probably notorious for a reason, a good reason.
Yeah, that makes sense, but I don't know. Thinking about it in a dumb way is pretty funny too.
조금 더 시끄럽게 하지 마. And those who heard me speaking in Korean, yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't hear that. All right. Interesting. Okay. I guess our next question. I just want this to be a yes or no, and we just move on because it'd be funny.
Okay.
Is water wet?
Yes.
All right. Next question. Oh, wow. It's another water question, actually. Okay. If you water water, does it grow?
No.
Explain.
Because usually growing is associating with something that is alive. To mildly put it. So growing a plant that has cells that are actively growing, whether growing an animal or growing, humans growing up, I think is usually a term, or that kind of term is reserved for that kind of stuff. I think when you're putting more water into water, I don't think you call that growing bigger. I think you call that like the volume becomes bigger or something like that. You describe it in that way, if that makes sense. Although it is common just to say, wow, that amount of water just grew bigger, but
Right.
I feel like more people would default just be saying, like, oh wow, there's a lot of water. Or there's a lot more water.
I don't know. I could see it going either way. Like, oh wow, the water's getting bigger. Or like, oh yeah, it's like the water's growing in size or something, you know?
Maybe,
Like the
maybe.
thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it is hard to say, but I think growing is kind of more reserved for like, are more commonly associated with growing like live beings.
I always just thought of growing as getting larger in size. I guess it depends on how you interpret the word grow. Okay, I heard that one. Don't know what you said, but I heard that one. Anyways, I guess I think this is the sixth question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's gonna... Okay, this one's gonna be a little messed up. If you're late to special ed, is it okay for the teacher to call you tardy?
Yes. Oh, that's such a good one. And I messed up for laughing at it, but I think it's fine to be calling them tardy because I mean, as funny as it is, I think it's just kind of like almost like a legitimate term that people use for normal situations, anyways. So you aren't degrading them with that kind of wordplay, right?
Yeah, you're just saying a different word of you're late to, class or something.
Yeah. But I think it's pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's a little messed up, but it's not supposed to be, I guess, messed up. It's just how it sounds. How the question is worded is really bad.
Just imagine you're just some poor kid just like, oh my god, or you come in late and your teacher's like, you're tardy. And you're like, hold up. What'd you just say?
How'd you know? Okay, let's move on before we get canceled.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a no trespassing sign, does that mean you could trespass in pairs or groups of 3 or more, or groups larger than 3. Sorry. So an example is 2, 4, 5, 6, etc. As long as it's not 3. This one's a thinker.
Repeat that again so I don't make the wrong saying.
Okay, so if there's a no trespassing sign, does that mean you can trespass in pairs or in groups of like more than 3?
If you're in Mexico, yes.
You understood my.
Yes,
you
I did.
understood where I was going there.
If you're in Mexico, yes. Anywhere else, no.
Anywhere that uses Spanish as their main language.
Yes. That is the answer, and I'm sure the authorities would agree, right?
I mean, if hopefully at least eases the tension. Be like, but we have 4 people and it says no trespassing. I'm sure you'd still get in trouble, but
that is like a fucking Monty Python sketch or something like that.
I could see that, yeah.
It's like, you're not allowed to trespass, and it's like, well, we have 4 people. Move along.
It's like I can see that happening with the troll under the bridge or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Answer these questions, but it's like, hey, you can't pass this bridge. It's trespassing. But we have 4 people. And he goes, oh, okay then. Let you go.
Oh my god.
All right. Another question would be, if you're born deaf, what language would you do you think in, or would you think in?
Hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs?
That's what you're thinking, right?
I guess.
But I think the real answer is whatever language you first see. So if you see English, you would probably think in English letters. You wouldn't be able to hear it, but you would definitely visualize it, I feel like. Or in some way or form, if that makes sense. It'd be a weird thing where it's not necessarily audio that you're thinking of, but it's like kind of like visual transcriptions that happens.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
But I don't even know if that works out too, because I think it's different for people who go deaf versus people who are born deaf, like you put out.
Right.
Because the people who go deaf can kind of think normally.
Yeah.
But for people who are born deaf, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Because what is a concept without, or how can you possibly make a concept without anything?
Yeah. Exactly. That would be interesting, like what you would pick up first, I guess. I kind of like to actually know the actual answer, if there is one. Maybe I'll look it up after this.
Maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, our next question is, when you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you the vacuum cleaner?
No. Unless you're doing the sucky suck, then yes.
But you're cleaning a vacuum.
You are.
So if you're cleaning a vacuum cleaner, are you the vacuum cleaner? Because you're cleaning the vacuum.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Shoot. Yes, you are. You are the vacuum cleaner.
You are the...
Yes, by all accounts, you are the vacuum cleaner now. Yeah, you got me with that one. I was thinking of something else completely.
The wordplay.
I was just thinking of the actual if that makes sense, the action rather. Instead of the actual word. Damn, that got me.
The wordplay. So technically, you are a vacuum cleaner. For your vacuum cleaner. That kind of hurt my brain saying that. Okay. And I guess our last question for this episode. When you feel bugs on you, even though there's no bug there, are they the ghosts of the bugs you've killed before?
Yes. They will haunt you forever into the ends of the earth.
Every bug you've killed, so you get that little tingling feeling on like your arm. You
Yes.
swat at it, but there's nothing there.
Yes.
It's a ghost.
It
of
is a
bug.
ghost bug haunting you.
Yep.
Fear the bugs.
Fear that you must. They come back for you.
Imagine you kill the freaking Black Widow and it comes back for you in ghost form.
Oh hell no!
Or a bullet ant.
Can you imagine, like, what if, let's say the ghost bugs can still, like, so let's say, like, just an ant, a plain, regular ant.
Uh-huh.
It's, like, crawling on you and you kill it. You know how you feel that little tingly feeling?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to, like, a bumblebee where if it, like, stings you, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then you kill the bee.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that stinging would you feel the stinging sensation or just like the bug crawling on you?
It depends how bad of a person you are.
Oh, okay, so would the bug decide that?
Yes. If you were just some innocent kid who killed a bug. No, that's not a good one. If you just simply killed a bug because they were on you, the worst you'll get is just the sensation of them crawling up you. If you're a sadistic person and decide to torture the bug while it stings you, then you will feel the stinging pain every time.
Dude, okay, so if you kill like something really bad, like a bullet ant,
Uh-huh.
yeah, make sure it's an accident.
Yeah.
You don't want that sensation later.
It's called a bullet ant for a reason.
Yeah, wasn't that one crazy dude who like captures those like
Coyote Peterson?
Coyote, yeah.
I remember watching those videos and I was just like, ah, hell nah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
He's like, I got I got like an emergency call, you know, I got, medical professionals. I'm like, I still would not do that.
How do you think, like, I'm sure he's accidentally killed bugs too in his time, but do you think he gets just a little crawling sensation or?
I think so in the context of only his channel, right? I don't know what he does in his own time. But in the context of his channel, I think he would only get the crawling sensation because 99% of the time he's doing it for educational purposes.
I mean, he could have just said, yeah, these things hurt. He didn't have to show us what happens.
I think most people don't realize the severity of someone saying these things hurt until they see someone getting hurt from it.
I guess that's true, yeah, but... alright, we'll just say he takes one for the team.
Yeah, he takes one for the team. Was that the final question?
That was our 10th question.
Oh, man. Ghost of bugs, huh? Bugs life turns into bugs afterlife.
$1 million movie idea.
Watch your childhood movie from Bugs Life, or characters from your childhood movie Bugs Life go through their afterlife in the Bugs Afterlife movie.
Bugs Afterlife.
It's rated 18.
Oh jeez.
Just a horrible like amalgamation of spirits and like torture and everything. Oh my god, no.
Yeah, no, that's never mind. No $1 million idea.
So that was Impractical Questions. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll definitely come back to another episode. We still have a lot more questions left, and a lot more wacky scenarios to think of. But we'll have to end the episode here. So I'm Jin.
And I'm Saki.
And this is The Casuals, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.